It was a crisp fall morning in New York City. The skyline shimmered under the golden sunrise, casting long shadows over the streets below. Inside a grand skyscraper overlooking Manhattan, Donald Trump sat in his leather chair, sipping his coffee, his eyes scanning the latest headlines. Meanwhile, across town, Keanu Reeves was finishing his morning workout. Lost in thought. He had just read a heartbreaking story. An old veterans shelter was on the verge of closing due to a lack of funding. It hit him hard. These were men who had fought for their country, only to be forgotten. He needed a solution. Fast. Keanu grabbed his phone and made a call. "John, I need a venue. Big donors and media coverage tonight." His friend on the other line hesitated. "Keanu, that's impossible. You need someone with real power, someone who can pull this off overnight." Keanu thought for a moment. Then it clicked. The resources and the influence to make this happen. Donald J. Trump. He had never met Trump before. Their worlds had never crossed. But if there was one thing Trump knew how to do, it was making things happen. With a deep breath, Keanu dialed the number. The phone rang, once, twice, then a voice. "Keanu Reeves. This is a surprise. What can I do for you?" Keanu took a breath. "Mr. Trump, I need your help." There was a moment of silence on the line. Donald Trump leaned back in his chair, intrigued. Keanu Reeves was not the type to make random calls. "You've got my attention," Trump said, his voice calm yet calculating. "What's the situation?" Keanu wasted no time. He laid it all out: a veterans shelter on the verge of shutting down. Homeless war heroes with nowhere to go and an urgent need for action. "I know you can make things happen, Mr. Trump," Keanu continued. "You have the network, the media presence, and the resources. These veterans fought for this country. They deserve better." Trump exhaled sharply. "Listen, Keanu, I respect what you're trying to do, but this is New York. Big city, big problems. I get calls like this all the time. Why should I step in?" Keanu paused for a moment, then said something that changed everything. "Because real power isn't about what you build. It's about what you give back." There was a long silence. Then Trump chuckled. "You know, you should have been a businessman, Keanu. Fine, I'll make some calls. But if we do this, we do it big." A night that changed lives forever. Within 6 hours, Trump's team had locked down the ballroom of one of New York's most exclusive hotels. A high-profile charity event was announced, promising an unforgettable night to honor America's veterans. But Keanu wasn't finished yet. He reached out to Hollywood's elite actors, directors, and musicians. He called in favors, pulled every string he could. In less than a day, the guest list looked like the Oscars. The media went wild. Headlines exploded across social media. Keanu Reeves and Donald Trump join forces for veterans. Hollywood and Wall Street unite for a cause. Biggest charity event of the year. That night, as cameras flashed and reporters swarmed the red carpet, Keanu and Trump stood side by side. Trump, in his signature navy suit and red tie, waved at the crowd. Keanu, dressed in his classic all-black ensemble, stood beside him with his hands in his pockets. Two men from two completely different worlds, now working together for something bigger than themselves. Inside, the event was a massive success. Guests donated millions within the first hour. Elon Musk called in to match every donation made. Arnold Schwarzenegger pledged support. Oprah Winfrey made a surprise appearance. By the end of the night, the charity had raised over $50 million, but the real moment came when Keanu walked off the stage and into the crowd. He found an elderly man in a wheelchair, a World War II veteran named James Carter. Keanu knelt down, took the man's hand, and said, "Tonight is about you, sir. Thank you for everything." James's eyes filled with tears. "No, son," he whispered, "thank you." The legend continues. As the night came to a close, Trump turned to Keanu. "You're not what I expected," he admitted. Keanu smirked. Neither are you. They shook hands. The cameras flashed. It was a night no one would ever forget. What do you think? Could this have really happened? One thing's for sure sometimes. The most unexpected alliances can create the biggest change. Like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible real-life stories.